Good morning, Jamie here, the Hedge teacher. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of April, 2019. Big call out and big hi to Rick and Norma in Brisbane, Australia. Thanks for following me. And I hope the weather down there is a lot better than it has been up here over the last 3 or 4 days. Let's have a look at the markets today, see what's going on. We have gold and silver still not doing so well. Gold coming in at 1272.60, so that's down a lot over the last 3 or 4 days, but certainly down the last few hours, another point or two. So that was low of 1268.80 and had a high of 1274.50. Silver is at 1490, so that's still down quite a lot in the last 3 or 4 days. That had a low of 1474 and a high of 1494. Platinum is come up 1 point in the last little while. That's at 893, and that had a high of 897 and a low of 884. Let's have a look at the crypto markets and the prices at the moment. Bitcoin is still holding well over the 5,000. That's at 5,492 and 10. Although most of the cryptocurrencies are pretty much all in the red. Quite some big drops there, so obviously there's some manipulations or things affecting the market. Ethereum at 165.13, Ripple at 30 cents, Bitcoin Cash 274, Litecoin 72. So they all had some major drops in the last 24 hours. Onto the local news. We have CoinGate talking about exchange shutdowns in Chicago for coin-based cryptocurrency. 30 employees there losing their jobs. Japanese billionaire from SoftBank lost 130 million in the Bitcoin frenzy. On to Crypto Potato. Talking about Bloody Wednesday. The altcoins are crashing to the surging Bitcoin dominance. Asking the question which coin had gained 4,500%. So some interesting news happening there. In fact, all the news sites have got a lot more news happening than it has for a long time. Normally we might get 1 or 2 or 3 things by this time of the day coming up. But we've got about 5, 6 or 7 each day coming through, which is interesting. So there's some developments going on. CCN. Bitcoin again, explosive rally target 6,500 next. Coinbase shellacking, crypto exchange cuts staff, shutters the Chicago hub. Onto Bitcoin exchange. Bitcoin transactions haven't been this high since the last bull run. CapBridge, One Exchange, 1X, private securities platform that I'm mentioning about there. And Bitcoin hackers take tactics to a new level, so being more aware of security issues. Other news around the place, we have 50 tons of plastic end up in Lake Geneva each year. So Geneva looking to ban single-use plastics, as are a lot of other places around the world. Volvo cars across Europe will soon be able to warn each other about potential hazards. Google, Facebook, and Twitter must do more to combat fake news, and this is before the upcoming elections. Elon Musk wants to give Uber a run for its money, and office workers shouldn't rely on their standing desk to mitigate the risks of sedentary lifestyle. And the idea of the day from LinkedIn: you can't be insatiably hungry for other people's goals, for other people's definitions of success. On to True News. Let's have a look what's happening on there. Talking about they found no Russian collusion. Of course they wouldn't. Fantasy Island, John Bolton preps for Bay of Pigs 2. Netanyahu rewards Trump with Gulen Town. And who gains from the global holy war? And of course we've got a lot of news and information about this, about churches being burnt down, attacks on religious people, and then on mosques and other institutions around the world. And of course, all this is fueling the skepticism and fear-mongering that the politicians are wanting around the world to bring nervousness to the market and to the people. So, we have to be pretty aware and pretty careful what's happening there, and just, be more aware of our situation, not just what you're listening in the news, but to look at some of the news places or sites around the world that are not offering news that are, supported and published by governments and politicians. Monday's blog I put on the website was to do with remote working, and maybe that it might be a start of a whole new life for you or for people out there, and going to your employees if you're stuck at work and working at yourself. Can you do this from home, or can you do this from other places, especially if traveling? And there's a lot more companies now that are a lot more aware of remote working and how it works, and there's a lot of statistics out there, a lot of information that can support you. And of course, if you do choose that, then to do that in a way that is very supportive for yourself, for your family, and for the business that you're working on. And we found that a lot of people who work remotely, it sets them up really for going out on their own and to work independently. So they get to to structure themselves with goals, motivation to see how they go, and specifically other areas as well. With working remotely, and there's a lot of pros and cons. You get to spend more time with the family. You're not spending time in traffic so much. You're flexible with your hours, and you can do things in a day that you want to do for yourself. There's a lot of cons as well. So it's not all a bed of roses. And then if you can do that while you're traveling around the world, and of course, if you're doing that, then it has its own challenges. There might be Wi-Fi speeds or electricity, different voltages and areas that need to look at. And then you have the time differences in that as well. So if you're interested in that and working remotely, have a look at the website. My website, the information should be down below. And see whether that will fit into your lifestyle as well. So some support. Back us here. Tell a friend about this. Join me at the Hedge Teacher as we move forward into these ever-changing times. Thank you, and I look forward to catching up with you in the next couple of days. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.